Okay, so a lot of people don't know what the big deal about like using milk is, and I just want to disclaim if you're making like a pastry or making food like where you need to dunk it, whatever, it's not a big deal. I'm talking about just like eating scrambled egg straight up. So I have 2 eggs in these little bowls. Also, crack your eggs on the counter. Cracking them on the edge of the bowl actually indents the shell and is more likely to get in the bowl. And then I have a tablespoon of milk and a tablespoon of water. She gets the hard one because we love her. And this over here is adobo. So I'm going to use this fork. I think the process of whether or not you scramble doesn't actually matter. But I'm going to go over why using milk is technically the non-traditional method. So a lot of times I think we use milk because... Oh, I'm making a mess. I think we believe it adds more, or this is how you make it. And that's fine. I just feel like I'm really going to change your life using water. So this is technically more of like a hard scramble. Milk, when it gets to a certain degree, tends to curdle, and that's usually how we get a more firmer scrambled egg. I'm gonna go ahead and use our love water. Bam. So a lot of the times, although visually the water doesn't look like it does anything, it actually really helps to fluff your egg. It's gonna hit the pan and produce a lot of steam. I feel like I should use 2 separate forks. Alright, I'm just going to scramble her lightly. We don't have to go crazy. And I'm going to add... So this is a teaspoon, a stingy one. I'm just going to do like half of it. This is only 1 egg. We don't need 8 spices in there. I'm going to add this to the other half. Bam, bam, bam. Honestly, that looks like enough already. And I'm going to get a different fork. Stare at my fucking eggs. Cute. Okay. Bam. Just gonna scramble her. You don't even have to go that crazy, honestly. So, as you can see, obviously she's looking real milky. And I was always told, if you're scrambling eggs and you're gonna add a liquid, it's 1 egg equals 1 tablespoon. So the other reason why I'm against milk and why you technically shouldn't do it is because milk is gonna thin out the seasonings I just put in there. So water is gonna spread the spice, like you know when you eat something spicy, and everyone's like, don't fucking drink water, it's gonna make it worse. So it applies here too. Now my seasonings are just gonna be all over the place. Milk, on the other hand, is gonna be like, oh, my seasonings, they need a nap. So I'm gonna keep scrambling. Sorry, I'm like going back and forth, wishing I was a fucking octopus. Da, da, da. Okay, whatever. Bam, 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 bam. I'm not editing this video, I'm just going all in. Okay. Looks good. Now, I have our pan on, I usually do a medium-low. I feel like if you're doing high heat, you're really just gonna burn what hits the bottom and not really cook it all the way through. And I'm also going in with about 1.5 tablespoons of butter. Bam. Really want this to melt kind of slowly. You don't want to accidentally get brown butter or... you know, it will change the taste. Bing, bing, bing. Awesome. Also, I always advise using a rubber spatula. It will help the eggs not stick to it. And you know what? She's just cute. So I'm going to let this on low. Now, I know another thing is people use oil, and that's fine if you're not making, like, breakfast eggs. So I will use oil if I'm making more of, like, maybe like a fried rice that has eggs, pad thai, something like that, because I really want the egg to be more crisp. But since I want more of a fluff, I really just want to use this butter to kind of aerate the eggs and make sure it doesn't stick to the pan. Sorry, I'm giving it a scramble because look at me. Okay. Oh, I should also clarify, if you don't know what adobo is, it's pretty much like a seasoning blend that any person that you know is even 1% Spanish uses. It is like the fucking state flour of South America. It's basically garlic, onion, pepper, salt, the good stuff. So I'm waiting for my butter to melt. I know it kind of looks like a lot, but it's just melting slow. So I'm gonna do the water first. So I'm just going to give it that one last scramble. Cute. Alright. We're hot enough. Let's go. So when you always drop your eggs in the pan, you just want it to rest. Stop moving it. You want it to start to see a bubble. You can't hear it, but it did let out the tiniest little sizzle when it hit the pan. And I'm actually going to turn this to medium. I feel like I said earlier, you can do low, maybe if you're not a good multitasker and want eggs and are doing something else, that's also fine. I just feel like I'm not doing anything, so you get medium. So my butter's starting to melt, and you can kind of see little bubbles forming. But I'm also going to wait. So pretty much if you move the egg and it's not doing anything, it hasn't started cooking yet. Once the cooking process starts, it really only takes like 1 minute, and you don't want them to be like all the way done, because even when you transfer them to the plate, they're still going to keep cooking. Not doing anything. I can't believe I'm making eggs on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. Oh, my bad. It's actually Tuesday. Sweet. Alright, we see this beautiful shell forming. So when you're also making scrambled eggs, stop moving it every 5 seconds. Like, you want this. She looks like a velvety fucking blanket, right? We love her. We're just gonna keep it going. I'm gonna leave that be. Oh, I'm getting a plate. Yeah. Now, the other thing I like about the water is that you really get that, like, beautiful, yellowy, like, golden scrambled egg color. Look, she's beautiful, right? So we're really just letting that little bit of water do its work. They're steaming. I mean, these eggs are glistening. And look at that. She's beautiful. I feel like the sizzle's starting to get in there. And also, that tablespoon and a half of butter is literally going to be perfect for the next round of eggs as well. Yeah, just move really, really gentle. You don't need to go, like, we're not whisking them anymore. We're past that. Yes. Okay, so do you see these, like, little sizzles on the pan? This is literally just the water coming out of the eggs. Look how fluffy they are. Right? She's beautiful. She's yellow. She's ready to go. So I'm going to try to transfer this without burning myself. Wish me luck. Bam. And then now this would be the time where you add your cheese. You can't add cheese in the pan, but that makes harder cleanup. You always want to do it just right on top of the eggs. Once it hits the plate, it will melt, I promise. So now I've got just a teeny little bit of egg. Putter? Whatever. Now I'm going to go in with our milk one. Alright, so you see, I definitely think the milk one is a little less porous. And it is kind of like cooking a little slower because I think the milk dropped temperature of the egg as well. So I'm just going to let it do its thing. Same thing. Now for the milk, it kind of, you can move it around a little more. Milk is a little bit firmer. Milk also kind of makes it stick to the pan a little more. So I don't know if you can see when I move it, even though there was like hella butter, she's kind of getting stuck. That's also going to be milk solids escaping the eggs because it's now hit the heat. And you also want to get the edges so it doesn't get stuck. Yeah, so that was the other thing about milk. With the water, you won't have that kind of issue. And great. So I'm just going to let her do her thing. And like I said, even just literally let it do its thing. We don't need to... Great, yeah. So these ones, they're a little bit wider. Yeah, also, this film right here can come from too much butter and or dairy. Bam. Okay, she's pretty much almost done. I am just like a huge fan of scrambled eggs, and I will pretty much eat them whenever. So yeah, the milk will definitely make the scramble more of like a clump versus the really just kind of nice. She's still shiny, but yeah. Alright, we're pretty much done. I'm gonna go ahead and put that bam. Alright, so let's see what we got here. I'm gonna use my rubber spatula because she's cute. Alright, split that. Okay, so clearly these ones are definitely like a little bit more yellow. This is probably just like egg white that I didn't really scramble these to my best ability, but it's fine. This one definitely is like firmer. It's got more white. This side, the water side, she is just, I mean, she glistens. She's got that squish. This is why I'm saying, man, you just gotta take the L and use the water. Well, if you watched all 10 minutes of this, thank you so much. And I really hope that you try this. Like I said, if you make 3 eggs, 3 tablespoons of water, this is plenty of seasoning. I know it doesn't look like it, but I promise it's good enough. Thank you, guys.